Hi, this is Mike Hendrickson from Software Architecture in New York City. I'm here with Adi from Crosscode. Adi, how you doing?
Very well, thank you so much.
So how's this event been for you guys so far?
So far so good, great. We have got a fantastic traction coming out of this event, and we already have a lot of interest and customers asking us to sign them up for POCs and trials.
So what do you guys do? Because I mean, are they coming up here and saying, what do you guys do, and then they're signing up? Or?
That is how the conversation starts.
Yep.
So the catchphrase here is dependency mapping. So that catches the attention, and customers just come up to us and ask us, help us understand what your point of view is around dependency mapping and how it would be applicable into our enterprise.
So what inspired you to go after dependency mapping?
Great question. So it all actually started with my own personal experiences and my own personal frustrations. I had the good fortune to work with large organizations like Hewlett-Packard and Cisco and IBM. And with these large companies, when you have tens of thousands of applications and tens of thousands of databases running, it is virtually impossible for anybody to figure out exactly how each applications and their various components within interact with each other. So whenever you have to make a change, it becomes almost impossible to execute it seamlessly and effortlessly because nobody understands if by touching an application, what else would you be breaking the rest of the enterprise?
So what types of organizations, is this for everyone?
It is for everyone. It could be for the Fortune top 5 all the way down to the small and medium enterprises.
So does an architect build this in at the very front when they're building their application, or is this at the end of your building you put this on to find out what's gone wrong? Or?
No, it is right at the beginning. Actually, even before you start making any changes, it is important for you to understand how the various IT applications in your organization, they work together to support the business capabilities that you're driving. So it starts with giving you that fundamental knowledge, that fundamental piece of information of how the various applications are coming together. And now you have the capability to go down and see if you were to make changes to an application or a database, what else in your organization would get impacted, and you are sure that you won't end up breaking things. So you take out the business and IT risks out of the equation of making changes in your enterprise.
And does this work with containers and microservices as
Everything,
well?
everything. We support all modern languages, we support containers, microservices, you name it, we support it.
So you can look inside of a container that might be deployed on a machine in another country and know that something's dependent on that if it goes down?
Absolutely. It doesn't matter where the containers are sitting. They could be anywhere on the planet, on the cloud, on-prem, really doesn't matter. So Crosscode is really optimized for all platforms. It's technology agnostic. Really doesn't matter what technology you're running, and really doesn't care whether they're sitting on the prem or on the cloud.
And so in an organization, what type of individual is going to probably bring Crosscode into their organization? Is it a developer? Is it an architect? Is it the CIO? Who is that person that you're the magic bullet?
So I'll answer the question a little bit differently. I would say Crosscode is applicable to everybody in an organization, right from a developer all the way up to the CIO. The CIO needs to know what the makeup and the breakup of his enterprise is and how complex his environment is, and if he were to make a change or support a new business model, he needs to understand, what would be total impact for the organization. That is from a CIO's perspective. So big changes like cloud migration, digital transformation, modernization, moving your monolithic legacy codes now over to microservices. If a CIO needs to undertake those transformative initiatives within the organization, Crosscode will help him or her get that view as to how easy or how difficult it would be. And all the way down to the developers, it is their fundamental tool. It is their, not to be, but it would be the Bible or the Holy Grail that they can refer to figure out exactly where the dependencies lie and what all considerations they need to be cognizant about before making those changes.
Sounds like it could also be an insurance policy for large companies doing their transformation, where if they're going to break something, you're going to know about it pretty quickly. Or if something doesn't work and it's dependent on something else. Sounds like a lot of these large companies that are doing transformation are too slow because they're not sure what's going to break in their organization.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it takes those business and IT risks completely out of the equation, and not to mention, it speeds up the go-to-market for your key initiatives by over 50%. So we have run some simulations, and the simulations came back, and actually, real customers have also validated this, that using Crosscode effectively speeds up the go-to-market of their key engagements by up to 50% and reduces their costs also by up to 50%.
So I look at the market as kind of two things, disruptors and transformers. And the transformers are staying ahead of the disruptors or they're going to be gobbled up.
Right.
You're helping both.
We're helping both. We're helping both.
So
we don't want to be caught into the battle between the transformers or the disruptors. But what I would say that we have really brought out a true value product, which is addressing a very, very fundamental problem in the industry, which even in today's day and age still exists.
So what's on your roadmap for 6 to 12 months from now? What would you like Crosscode to be doing differently then than you are now?
Well, we have a fantastic roadmap. So right now the emphasis is to cover almost every major technology that exists out there. Today, Crosscode is supporting all the major and all the modern technologies that exist. On the roadmap, we also want to support the IBM Z stack, the mainframes and the mid-ranges. Nobody out there today supports the architectural decompositions and the dependency mappings when it comes to those legacy applications like the mainframes and mid-ranges. So that is a priority for us.
So COBOL?
Absolutely. We'll be supporting COBOL also in about another 6 months. And look out for the version 3.0 for Crosscode. If version 1.0 and 2.0 weren't game changers enough, 3.0 is going to be explosive. I can't give you much more details about what 3.0.
How about time frame? Like bigger than a breadbasket this year, next year?
No. 3.0 would be coming out towards the end of this year or the first part of next year. But 2.0 is coming out in the May timeframe. And we also have 2.1 and 2.2s planned out, which would be all completed by the June timeframe.
Excellent. So if everything goes right, what would you like to say Crosscode will be doing differently if we sit down next year at this time and have a conversation? What do you want to say you accomplished in that time period?
Well, I would say that that Crosscode has been proven to be that fundamental holy grail or the single source of truth that organizations would look deep inside to refer to when they have to understand their applications and their IT architectures a little bit better.
Excellent. Adi, we look forward to that conversation
Thank you so much.
next year.
Thank you so much.